you grew up doing that all those years, and it's always weird the first time when you don't do that anymore. Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you've seen from the title, it's a somewhat heavy one, I would say. At least for me. It's the first time I'll be celebrating Chinese New Year's or Lunar New Year's away from home. And I gotta admit, it's kind of a bittersweet moment for me. And that's why I'm sat here with a hot cup of tea. It's just, we grow up with certain traditions or a certain way. Be it whether you celebrate Lunar New Year's or any family traditions you guys have, you grew up doing that all those years, and it's always weird the first time when you don't do that anymore, or you just don't do it the same way. And I feel like this is one of those things because I'm always used to either having like family or relatives come over to have reunion dinner together. So if you don't know, for us during Lunar New Year's, the most important days are the eve of Lunar New Year's as well as the first day. On the eve, we have what's called a reunion dinner. So all the relatives, basically family from all over the world, will come together for that day to have reunion dinner together. So it's always just a huge gathering of family or people together in one place, sharing a meal together and catching up with one another on each other's lives. So even if you don't see relatives very often, that's normally the one day of the year where everyone comes together so we see each other again. And at least for Singapore and Malaysia, to my understanding, I know that Taiwan and mainland China don't do the same thing. But we have what's called a lo shang or lo sheng, or Cantonese lo sang, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully I am. Where we'll just have a dish together in front of everyone, in the middle of everyone, and there's like all like different types of vegetables, and all the different ingredients in this dish all mean different things. And when we put them together, we say the meaning of each of the ingredients. And what we do is normally everyone will grab a pair of chopsticks and everyone will gather around this dish in the middle, and we'll start mixing it up together and putting in good words like, may the year ahead be fruitful, may the women have everlasting beauty, good health, good fortune, prosperous business and whatnot. And yeah, so this being the first year that I'm not gonna do that with my family makes me feel a tinge of sadness. And it just doesn't feel like New Year's for me this year. Especially moving to somewhere where the Asian presence isn't a lot, or rather there's not a lot of Asian presence over here, let alone like places that somewhat celebrate Lunar New Year's. At least in Singapore, wherever you go, the malls, stores and whatnot, there'll be Lunar New Year decorations or Chinese New Year decorations as well as Chinese New Year songs playing. But over here it's just another day. So yeah, it just doesn't feel like New Year's for me this year, which somewhat makes me sad because I'm not used to it being this way. But I guess at the same time, I'm somewhat glad about that. Don't get me wrong, like I really do miss it, like the atmosphere, just seeing relatives come together, because I guess you can say half Singaporean and half Malaysian. So living in Singapore, Chinese New Year's is pretty much the only time, or maybe one out of the 2 or 3 times I get to see my relatives in Malaysia in a year. So it is quite a big occasion for us. But I guess I'm somewhat glad because I definitely won't miss relatives trying to get in my business, trying to like intrude into my life, asking all sorts of personal questions. Like I get where they're coming from, and I get that they mean well, but it's still really uncomfortable to have to go through all that every single year, especially the somewhat passive-aggressive comments or them just low-key trying to shame you, I guess. I'm definitely not gonna miss those. But either way, it is still not Lunar New Year's without that all. And because of personal circumstances, I know that I won't be able to celebrate Lunar New Year's with them next year as well. So the least I'm trying to do is at least have a little celebration myself. Nothing fancy, just something small. Like I don't even have decorations put up because I don't have the luxury to be buying all the Chinese New Year decorations to decorate the apartment. But I know that on Lunar New Year's, we're supposed to eat certain foods because of the meaning behind behind it, be it like certain foods representing long life, a happy life, or a happy year, and good health and whatnot. So the least I'm trying to do is at least make sure I try to eat the foods that we're supposed to eat. I can make like steamed fish. It's just a lot. There's like prawns or shrimp, chicken, pork, fish, dumplings, or in this case I'm gonna be using wontons, noodles, vegetables, a lot of stuff. But yeah, because I know that I'm gonna be preparing so many different types of foods, I didn't want to be preparing so many different dishes because that's gonna take forever for me. So I figured the easiest way for me to achieve somewhat eating all these foods would be having a hot pot, and I've just been trying to prepare that for the past few days or even weeks. And the most frustrating thing is that because I'm no longer living in an Asian country and I'm living somewhere where there isn't a lot of Asian presence over here, it's extremely difficult for me to find the ingredients to make this hot pot. Like meats and stuff, meats and veggies, they're still okay, but it's more of trying to find the ingredients to make the base for the hot pot, the soup base. I'm trying to make a Sichuan spicy hot pot soup base, and the ingredients to make that are so difficult to find. And it doesn't help that the stores here close very early compared to in Asia. A lot of the stores here close at 6, so it's also really difficult for me to get to those places in time just to even check out if they have the ingredients. But yeah, I've been to so many different grocery stores just to hopefully find the ingredients needed for it, and later on I'll still be going to maybe 4 other grocery stores to hopefully find the ingredients. And yeah, so today is Thursday. Tomorrow is the eve of Lunar New Year's, and that's when I'm gonna be preparing the hot pot. And so today and tomorrow I have a really busy day ahead. Like I have with me like just a long list of things to do in preparation for the hot pot and Lunar New Year's. And I figured it'll be fun to take you guys along with me. Hi! So this is me in the future, a few days or almost a week after I filmed the last recording that you've seen. And I realized that I didn't record any follow-up videos after that. But thank God I managed to find the ingredients I needed to make the hot pot. And even though I didn't film the process of preparing the different ingredients and also the meats for the hot pot, I did take a few pictures, which I'll show right here. And it was a good hot pot. I would say that it's a success, especially seeing how it was my first hot pot that I've done. And I don't know if you managed to see behind me earlier, but I'm currently pet sitting. Don't mind the mess, but I have a pretty little girl over here and another one over there. Hi, Bean. Hi. You want to say hi? Hi, Bean. Do you hear that, Mia? Good girl. They're so cute. They're like the cutest little girls, and they're the sweetest as well. They're so well behaved. I love looking after them. But yeah, the hot pot was a success, and unfortunately, I didn't really film anything. I tried filming when I went to the grocery stores, but it was so awkward, especially because it was so crowded in the different grocery stores. But I ended up going to 3 or 4 different grocery stores, and I had to get my partner to drive me to the Asian store that's like an hour away. And I was so worried that it would be closed, seeing how it's an Asian store and Lunar New Year's around the corner. I was afraid that the workers might have taken the days off just to go back home to have their reunion dinner. Thankfully they didn't, or thankfully I guess they don't really celebrate it that much, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just glad that it was open and I managed to find the ingredients to make the base for the hot pot. It was a Sichuan hot pot base, I would say. And it was a really nice little, somewhat reunion dinner that I had, even though I'm not with my family back home, but I did celebrate it with my partner. And on Sunday, my partner actually invited some of his friends over because I guess hot pot isn't really a thing outside of Asia, or maybe it is, but it's not as popular as Korean barbecue. Seeing how it's not really a thing over here, I guess, or in the States. His friends never tried it before, and so he figured he would invite some friends over to let them try some hot pot. And it was a really nice night. We had some hot pot together, talked, and even played some Jenga. So overall, I would say my first Chinese New Year away from home has been a good experience so far. I also noticed, after editing the video, I noticed how monotone or sad I sounded throughout the whole video. But I guess that's just because that's honestly how I felt about the whole situation of me celebrating Chinese New Year's or Lunar New Year's away from home for the first time. And I guess it made me realize not a lot of people get to celebrate their Lunar or Chinese New Year's with their family due to personal circumstances or different circumstances. So if you're one of them that had to unfortunately celebrate Chinese New Year's or Lunar New Year's alone or away from your family, know that you're not alone. And I feel like, especially in these times, that's when building a community of like friends or whatnot, or even if you're alone, it's perfectly fine to celebrate Chinese New Year's or Lunar New Year's alone or just with a few friends. And yeah, I feel like it really puts things into perspective and it makes you appreciate some things even more. And yeah, so I just wanted to record this, seeing how I totally forgot to record the follow-up videos for this video. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so I apologize if this video is a bit all over the place, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.